attack. I won the election.
Trump cannot see himself. They doomed to him his entire life, but not in that particular circumstance.
Most fraudulent election in history.
This election was a total fraud, and they did these massive dumps of votes, and all of a sudden I went from winning by a lot to losing by a little.
We could see Donald Trump continuing to push the lies and misinformation in public about the election.
You will find tens of thousands of false ballots, forged ballots. You'll see.
He was making videos.
You can press a button for Trump, and the vote goes to Biden. What kind of a system is this?
But he was also literally working the phones.
Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers described at least 2 phone calls from the former president as
pressuring state election officials in Arizona.
In a series of calls after the election, Trump demanded
Giuliani
throw out the electoral votes won by Joe Biden
and Georgia.
I just want to find 11,780 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
He didn't care if he polluted the foundations of American democracy and brought down long-standing civic and civil norms about the transfer of power. Those things didn't comport with his understanding of who he was and how he wanted the world to perceive him. So he developed a different story.
Trump kept pushing his story no matter what happened.
in the courts where evidence gets scrutinized, authenticated, and tested. They're getting hammered.
More than 60 lawsuits were unsuccessful in court.
All but now ending the president's attempt to reverse his election loss.
Many of his senior staff told him the claims had no merit, including his hand-picked attorney general.
He was told time and time again that he did not win the election. Not by Democrats, not by the media, but by his own people.
Unwilling to accept defeat, Trump made one final attempt.
People told him, you're going to have a second bite of the apple on January 6th. That was a date by which the Congress is going to vote to certify what the state electors did.
Donald Trump issued a tweet saying, all of my supporters come to Washington for this rally on January 6th.
Statistically impossible to have lost the 2020 election. Big protest in D.C. on January 6th. Be there. Will be wild.
Will be wild. He wanted a show of force to come to Washington and to try to block the certification of Congress.